idea of a pendulum is it swings in various directions, but when it's resting, it always rests back in the same direction. The idea of returning regardless of which direction it swings. That's a scientific idea that became more of a cultural effect, and the pendulum swing effect was a law discovered by Galileo in 1602 that describes the regular swinging motion of a pendulum by the action of gravity and acquired momentum. The theory holds that trends in culture, politics, and others tend to swing back and forth between opposite extremes, and yet the word again moves to the idea of that you're always going to return to the same spot. Amen. And what Paul is saying is, regardless of which direction the pendulum swings, again I say, rejoice. Amen. Return to the idea of joy. Return to the idea of rejoicing. Return to the idea of happiness. No matter which extreme we're living in, no matter which extreme we're going through, health extremes, financial extremes, political extremes, no matter which extreme the pendulum swings, at the end of it all, you find yourself back to rejoicing. Rejoicing is the only constant we ought to have, because nothing else is constant in this life. Nothing else is consistent in this life. So the only thing that can be consistent is our joy. Amen. So that means Christian joy is independent of immediate circumstances. Our joy is not contingent upon the one extreme of the pendulum or the other extreme of the pendulum. Our joy is contingent upon our relationship with God, not our relationship with this transient life. Amen. And so when we talk about this pendulum swing, we're talking about all the extremes that come with life. Good, bad, up, down, left, right, to, fro. What Paul is saying is rejoice in the gospel. Rejoice in victory. Rejoice in suffering. Rejoice in prosperity. Rejoice in poverty. Rejoice in the midst of friends. Rejoice in the midst of enemies. Whichever way the pendulum is swinging, always find yourself back to rejoicing. Yeah.